Hello, welcome. My name is Mary Hunter. I'm the chair of the Classic County Democrats. Thanks for coming today. We are excited to have this opportunity to get to know you a little bit better. So can you please tell me your name and the position that you're running for?
My name is Seamus McVey, and I'm running for City Council for Ward 3.
Okay, great. And what has moved you to take on this role in the community?
Well, I've been pretty involved in city events for quite a number of years. I think at this point it's going on 15 years ish, and uh, occasionally I feel like some of the population is less represented and would like to better represent people. I find that all too often it's a certain segment that's represented up there, and those interests are very well covered. And with the various shakeups that have happened here in Seaside lately, I think it's important to have a stable voice.
And so what experience or background do you have that you feel prepares you for this position?
Well, let's see. I've served on the homelessness think tank here at Seaside. I'm currently on the Clatsop County Human Services Advisory Council. Uh, like I said, I've been very involved with the city for quite a number of years. Spent
Could you
time in
tell
the
me a little
Army.
more about that think tank?
So that was the think tank that was used to address the homelessness, the camping that was going on
Mhm.
Nicanicum a few years back, uh, which resulted from that came the homelessness ordinance, which created the camp over at Mill Pond and the, uh, the codes as far as where people could camp and where they couldn't, that type of thing.
Yeah, and what was the recommendation of that think tank?
The recommendation was that the city actually institute a specific place, excuse me, where people could camp. Um, it would be done under a permit. There were supposed to be rules for it and uh, conditions. Like at the beginning, they were moving out every day, and
Hmm.
the city would go in and clean up, and they could come back at the end of the day. That resulted in a great deal of wear and tear, and was, I mean, imagine having to pack up your whole home and move it every single day. Uh, they extended it to once a week after a while. As winter months came and with it the rain,
Hmm.
uh, it got reduced further. Um, it's been an evolving process since then, since we wrapped up our work. But at this point, it's kind of looking like they're about to crash the whole thing. So,
Mm.
um,
Um, and if elected to city council, do you have some ideas in that area on what initiatives might you do to help ameliorate that situation?
well, when it comes to homelessness, I have a lot of ideas. Not the least of which would be getting a camp that's actually functional in that it has appropriate uh, water availability so that people can be clean, um, proper bathrooms that are clean and usable, have it staffed, whether that's by getting an outside agency to come in and be there around the clock to help people deal with whatever issues they are, as well as to prevent problems that would naturally occur. I would like to see Seaside get an actual shelter so that we don't have to rely on the the camps and the conditions that come with it, so that people can be in out of the weather, and so that residents and businesses aren't so heavily affected by it.
Hmm. And what would you say? I mean, I understand from folks I know that live in Seaside that the
Mhm.
unhoused situation is kind of at the top of a lot of people's minds.
It
What
is
would you say are like the next couple of issues down?
definitely housing.
Mhm.
Um, and I realize to a degree that's kind of wrapped up in the first one, but when when our restaurants are looking at potentially having to close because they can't get the staff to keep them open, largely because the staff has nowhere to go, no apartments that they can rent. What is out there is not affordable on the wages that are available. I think that's an issue that needs to be addressed in an expedited manner. You know, waiting the few years for the North 40 project to come to fruition is not helping anybody now. The fact that it's been a known issue for a number of years and is only just now being addressed to me is a pretty big problem. And
And
so I would.
what's the North 40 project?
So the North 40 is a section of the old Seaside High School property, and they're working with some developers to put in some affordable housing there.
Oh, cool, cool. So that timeline is looking like it's too far out. Mm.
I believe so, yes.
Um, Most of the questions I had were kind of around the unhoused, and you've answered those. Is there anything you would like to add?
Oh, I think there's a lot of work to be done across the board. Um, whether it's, of course, dealing with the unhoused issue, dealing with getting some actually affordable housing in town so that we can better be able to staff the businesses that are here. What I would love to address fireworks in Seaside.
Mm.
Um, I think replacing the traditional fireworks show with a drone show uh,
Oh,
is economically uh, sound. It's environmentally sound. It's better for uh, the wildlife and pets. It's better for our veterans like myself who may be affected by the fireworks. And frankly, we could just get better shows with them. And I think that that's something that has too long been placed in a place of we don't want to mess with tradition. Well, if tradition is hurting our population, maybe we should.
yeah. I mean, that's an interesting idea. I've heard people be excited about the drone shows in other areas.
Yeah,
Um,
we would spend less money a year going with a drone show,
mm,
and and with the beneficial effects of it, I think not pursuing it is a disservice to our community.
mm.
If it's something that doesn't work out, we can go back to spending more money. I mean, it's,
Yeah.
but I think it's important to take a very uh, informed and sensible approach to things.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you very much for coming to this interview and sharing your views with us. So I'll let you know when we've got these posted.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye.
I don't know how to get out of this.